Hello, good evening, all. Am I audible, guys? I hope you can see the screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. So others also will join in a couple of minutes. Fine. Anyways, recorded video will be there. Let's proceed with the class. Okay. So in the last class, we have seen just introduction of DevOps. What is DevOps and how DevOps got emerged. Before DevOps, how the situation was there, like waterfall methodology or step-by-step methodology. We have seen about, we have discussed about agile methodology or continuous methodology, and how the DevOps came into the picture, and what are the how the DevOps solve the issues which we are going to face in traditional methods. Everything we have seen. So today we will cover some more concepts and then we'll see some hands-on today. Okay, before proceeding with hands-on, you should have some of the knowledge about some more things. Okay, let me explain you all those things, then we will proceed the things. Okay, fine. Let me start. And as we know that first you have to understand, uh, okay, cloud versus physical. What is cloud, guys? Any idea to anyone? What is cloud? Anybody are having any idea on cloud technologies like AWS or Linux, anything? Anyone? ఏమైనా ఐడియా ఉందా అండి ఎవరికైనా? క్లౌడ్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ కానీ లైనెక్స్ కమాండ్స్ కానీ ఎవరికైనా ఐడియా ఉందా ప్రీవియస్ గా?
No idea.
అదర్స్?
A little about Linux commands.
Okay, fine, no problem. I will explain. So before proceeding with some hands-on, you just have to know some of the basics here. So let's see all the basics and then we'll proceed with hands-on. So here, suppose if you want to establish any organization, okay, if you want to establish any company, what are your requirements, guys? What are the requirements if you want to establish any company?
Computers.
Basic requirements. What do we need?
Infrastructure, equipments. Equipments like computers.
Yeah, of course,
Equipments like
infrastructure
computers.
we need, right? After infrastructure, we cannot say that once if you have infrastructure, then we cannot establish IT company, right? So after infrastructure, what we have to do? We have to buy servers. Okay, what do you mean by servers? Servers are nothing but simple, which is having high configuration. Okay, see, suppose you are having your laptop, right? Your laptop might be having some 1 TB of hard disk. Server might be having some 100 TB of hard disk. Okay, your laptop might be having some 4 CPU cores. Your server might be having some 100 CPU cores. Okay, server is nothing but which is having high configuration, nothing more than that. So if you want to establish any company, we require servers. So for establishing one server, it will be cost around 1 lakh rupees. Let us assume. So if you need some 100 servers, what happened? We have to spend a lot of money, right? So that's why it is highly impossible with everyone to establish any IT company because of this huge spending out of amount. Okay, that is first headache. Of course, somehow you have arranged with that money. Okay, you have bought servers. So what happened? We have to install OS, right? OS means operating systems. Okay, we have to install operating systems. Of course, operating system means that if you go with Linux, it is absolutely free. I too agree with that. But if you want some Windows operating system, that is not at all free. In companies, we are not going to use some pirated versions. We are going to buy some genuine versions from Microsoft company. We are going to pay some amount to Microsoft company. Then they will release a license for Microsoft Windows. So even for that also, we have to spend a lot of money. Okay, everywhere, every stage, it's been involved with money. Somehow you have arranged with this money also. Then what about softwares? Okay, some softwares are free, some are not free. We need to spend some amount even here also. Okay, and of course, you have arranged with this money also. Then what about maintenance? Maintenance means once if you establish servers, we are going to install operating system and we are going to install softwares in that. We have to keep all these servers under some air conditioning room. Okay, that air conditioning room must be run in 24/7 manner. Whether you are using that servers or not, that doesn't matter. You have to maintain those servers under air conditioning. For that also, it costs a lot, right? That's why it's not very easy. It's not so easy to each and everyone for establishing IT company. Somehow you have arranged with this money also. Then what about network? Network means, see, you have servers like this, like all 100 servers are established like this with some respective OS and softwares. So all these servers, you have to connect with some network, right? Some internet and all. So for connecting this network, that also cost a lot. In network also, we have many things. Uh, wo- Many people have been involved. For them also, we need to pay salaries. Okay, and somehow you are arranged with that money also. Then what about admins? Okay, we need to have lot of admins. Like we have different types of admins for different purposes, like system admins. Okay, database admins will be there. Many admin teams are going to work. In each and every team, we will be having around 10 to 15 people. Like that, for each admin, system admin, you will be paying some 20 to 30,000 salary. So like that, you have to spend a lot of money here also. Of course, uh, here also we have to spend a lot of money. Somehow you have arranged with this money also. Then what about time? Time. So what I want, see, whatever the things we have seen, this we are going to call it as physical. Physical means you should able to sense, you should able to touch, you should able to feel. That is what we call it as physical. So what I want a setup in such a way that I need 100 servers, so that each server must be having some 100 CPU cores. Okay, each server must be having some 100 TB of hard disk. Each server must be having some 100 GB of RAM. This kind of configuration I need, that too within 1 or 2 minutes. I need this entire setup. Is it possible for me if I go with physical setup? Can I establish all these things if I go with physical setup like this? Within 1 or 2 minutes, can I get all these 100 servers such that each server will be having this much of configuration? Hmm? If I go with physical setup, can I able to set up this entire physical setup within 1 or 2 minutes? That too, not more than that. See, if you want to establish this kind of entire setup, for establishing one server, it is taking almost 10 days. Like that, if you require 100 servers, how much time it is going to take? Lot of time also involved, right? So if I go with physical setup like this, can I able to get this entire setup, that too within 1 or 2 minutes, guys? Can I able to establish all these servers, that too within 1 or 2 minutes?
No, not possible.
It's highly impossible, right? But it is possible if I go with cloud platform. So let's come with cloud. Cloud means, what is cloud? Every one of you are having idea on Google Drive, right? What is Google Drive, guys? What is Google Drive? What is Google Drive? గూగుల్ డ్రైవ్ అంటే ఏంటండి? అందరికీ ఐడియా ఉంటుంది గూగుల్ డ్రైవ్ అంటే ఏంటది, ఎందుకోసం యూజ్ చేస్తాం?
Storage access.
Yeah, it's a kind of storage access. See, Do you have that physical setup with you? Google Drive setup with you? Like Google Drive. Suppose you are having some 15 GB storage. Okay, do you have that hard disk with you? Do you have that hard disk with you? Google Drive hard disk with
No,
you?
it is.
No, right?
No.
How we can able to access this one then? See here, we can able to access this Google Drive space through internet. So where is that physical setup? The physical setup will be maintained by Google company. We don't know where they are going to maintain, and of course we don't even worry to know. Okay, but their physical infrastructure we are going to access through internet. That is what we call it as cloud. Cloud means somewhere else physical setup will be maintained by somebody else, and we are going to access their physical setup via internet. That is what we will call it as cloud. Fine. Now, if you want to access, let's talk about AWS cloud. Let's quickly jump into AWS cloud. Why we are going to call it as AWS cloud? Why? Because AWS means Amazon Web Services. The full form of AWS is Amazon Web Services. Why we are calling it as AWS cloud? Why? Because here AWS means Amazon Web Services. Here we are going to, Amazon company is going to maintain their physical setup somewhere else in the world, and we are going to access their infrastructure through internet. That's why we will call it as AWS cloud. So if you want to access Google Cloud, you need one Google account, right? So like Gmail account. So with that account, you can access this Google Cloud, and also you can use same account for accessing your YouTube or something else. So for accessing AWS cloud also, you require some AWS account. Okay, so let's see how we can able to create AWS account now. So just open any browser. You can specify in browser that AWS space console. Press enter. So you just click on this first option, first link, manage AWS resources. So here you just click on this sign in option, sign into the console. So just click on this, create a new AWS account. So here you can create AWS account. It's completely free for 1 year. Okay, so here this AWS account is free for 1 year. So you can give root user mail ID. That means you can give any valid email address, and you can give any name for your AWS account. So if you just click on this verify email address, one link will be sent to your email. Just click on that link, then it will be connecting to the next page. It will be prompting to your next page, and there you need to fill some details, your personal details you need to fill. And then after, what you have to do? Next page, it is going to redirect. There you need to enter your credit card or debit card details. Trust me, this is a genuine website. And of course, you need to enter credit card and debit card details. They will debited 2 rupees from your account. Immediately, that also will be credited back to your account within 24 hours. Just for verifying purpose, they are going to asking you credit card or debit card details. Okay, so don't worry, you can feel free to create this account. Why? Because we are going to learn entire DevOps course in this AWS cloud only. So by next class, I will be ready with your AWS account. So once after creating AWS account, I am already having AWS account. Let me sign in with existing account. So let me sign in here. User ID and password. You have to enter. So fine. See here. You can see here. You can see Mumbai. Right. See here. This is the account ID. Account ID is this one. Okay. And here, what happened? Here, these are the region. See, I told you, right? AWS company is maintaining their physical infrastructure somewhere in the world, right? These are the places where the Amazon company is maintaining their physical infrastructure. You can choose any region, guys. Suppose if I'm choosing North Virginia, you can choose any region. There is no difference at all. So here, this is what we are going to call it as AWS console home or home page or dashboard. Many people will be calling it as different names. So don't worry about all these options, guys. Trust me, by the end of the DevOps course, you will be able to perfect with all these options. So in first day itself, don't try to explore here and there. Just try to focus whatever I'm telling. Okay, so here, this is what we will call it as AWS console or dashboard or homepage, anything we can call. So here, these are the places where you are going to have, Amazon company is going to maintain their physical infrastructure. So you can choose any region. Suppose I have chosen North Virginia region. So if I choose North Virginia region, suppose if I do something here, indirectly I am doing that will be stored in North Virginia region. Suppose here we are having many services. Okay, just click on the services. On topmost left side, you can find services option. So here, click on this all services. These are the services that AWS is going to provide. Almost 200 plus services it is going to provide. So today we will see the first important service, that is EC2. You just click on search bar, that EC2. Just click on this EC2. So this is what we are going to call it as EC2 dashboard or EC2 homepage. Here also you can see many options, guys. Don't worry about all these things. By the end of the course, you will be able to perfect about all these options. Okay. So here, fine, EC2. So you also can able to see not only North Virginia, you can even choose any region. There is no problem at all. Suppose if I am choosing London region, yes, you can happily choose London region. Whatever the region you want, you can choose that region. So only the difference here is if you are choosing that London region, by default, if you do any task in this London region, physically you are doing in this London region. That is the meaning here. So suppose let's see about this EC2 service. What is this EC2 service is all about? Before going to proceed further, let me explain some few more things. So here, fine. We will see the first important service, that is EC2. EC2 means the full form is, ఎవరికైనా ఐడియా ఉందండి? Elastic Compute Cloud. EC2 means full form is Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay. Why we are calling it as elastic? So we can increase or decrease the capacity. Compute means computers. Cloud means this service will be giving computers and we are accessing the computers through internet. That's why we will call it as Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay, why we are calling it as elastic? Based on our requirement. See, here, suppose I need this kind of environment. So whenever I require, either I can increase or decrease. Suppose if I need 200 CPU cores, yes, we can increase. If I need some 1000 GB of RAM, 1000 TB of hard disk, and if I need some 50 GB of RAM only, yes, as per your requirement, either you can increase or decrease this configuration. That's why we will call it as elastic. It is maintaining some kind of elasticity. Okay, this specific service is providing computers for us. Okay, before proceeding further, so you need to know some more things. What are the requirements for computer, guys? First we require OS, right? This OS only in AWS language, we will call it as Amazon Machine Image, or we will call it as AMI. So in AWS world, we are going to call it as Amazon Machine Image or AMI. So you should not say that it is OS. You have to say in AWS environment that AMI. So if you want to create Windows server, Windows, Windows computer, you have to say that Windows AMI. If you want to create Linux computer, Linux OS computer, you have to say that Linux AMI. So that is the way. So suppose, fine, you have chosen your required army, and then what you have to do? You are going to choose your required CPU, and you are going to choose your required RAM. So here next most important thing in computer is CPU and RAM. So previously what happened, the Amazon used to give CPU and RAM separately. Like some crazy people, what they are going to do, right? They will be choosing some odd combinations. Suppose if they are choosing some 1 CPU core, they used to choose some 1000 GB of RAM. If they choose some 1000 CPU cores, they used to choose some 1 GB of RAM, like this. So such odd combinations they will be choosing. If you choose some odd combinations, it will not give a good performance. See, I'll give you an example here. Suppose if you are buying one car, if you attach lorry engine, will it be a good combination? No, right? Suppose if you are buying one bike, or if you are buying one bus, if you attach some bike engine, will it be a good combination? No. What will be happen if you attach so? It will not give you a better performance, right? In the same manner here also, you have to choose some specific combinations. That's why what Amazon did is, it is trying to give these things as a set. Suppose if you choose some 2 CPU cores, you have to choose some 4 GB of RAM. If you choose some 4 CPU cores, you have to choose some 8 GB of RAM, like this, and so on. If you choose some 128 CPU cores, you have to choose some 254 CPU of RAM. Like this, they will be giving you like a set. Okay, this is one set, and this is one set. Like this, you will have many combinations. Let us assume this is set A, set B, and all, and so on. You have many combinations here. This CPU and RAM, we are going to call it as instant type. Instant type means CPU and RAM. In AWS language, in AWS environment, the CPU and RAM, we should call it as instant type. Okay, so here, next is hard disk. Hard disk. So in AWS language, this hard disk, we are going to call it as EBS. EBS means elastic block storage. EBS means elastic block storage. So if I talk about storage, there are two types of storages here. There are two types of storages which will come into the picture. First one is block storage, and second one is object storage. So what is this object storage and block storage? Let's see these things. So object storage means you can store some PDF documents, and you can store some files. You can store some movies. So simple, I can say that example as your pen drive. In pen drive, you can store some movies, you can store some documents, you can store some pictures, many things you can store. That is the example of object storage. Block storage means it is a kind of C drive, guys. In Windows, you will be having C drive, right? It is a kind of C drive. In C drive, we can store some OS, right? We can install some OS in C drive, right? So even we can even store some PDFs, movies, and all in C drive, but it's not a preferable one. But there are chances to store. There is chances there to store your PDF documents also in your C drive. So here, fine. Now, block storage can be an object storage, but object storage cannot be a block storage. See, C drive lo space undani. Yeah, pen drive lo space undani. Can you install OS here in pen drive? No, right? So that is the one. That's why object storage cannot be a block storage, but block storage can be an object storage. So here you will be choosing your required OS, you will be choosing your required CPU, and you will be choosing your required RAM, and you will be choosing your required hard disk. Okay, you are going to choose your required configuration. By combining all these things, you are going to create your required computer. This is what we are going to call it as instance. Okay, this is the instant type. Make sure observe the difference here, guys. Okay, so instant type means you will get CPU and RAM. Instance means with your required configuration, you are going to create your required computer. So today we are going to launch one Windows instance. Okay. So let me proceed. If you want to launch a Windows instance, you just go to EC2 dashboard. So here you can have options. Just click on this launch instance. Here you can give any name for the instance. I'm using Linux, right? Sorry, Windows, right? Let me give Windows instance at the rate 8:30 p.m. So here you can see, right? There is one place here you can specify your OS and all, right? So I want Windows instance today. So just choose Windows. Okay. So you can choose your required OS. And here mesh image, right? CPU, sorry. Here just click on this drop down, guys. Here you can have free tier eligibility tags. You have to choose only free tier eligibility tags, because if you choose other options, they are going to charge. As it is practice, just you can choose free tier eligibility tag only. Whatever option you are choosing, you just make sure that whether it is having free tier eligibility tag or not. So you can choose any voice. Here, many ways you are having free tier eligibility, you can choose any voice. So here, I told you, right, this account is free for 1 year or else 750 hours. Okay, so any of the thing is eligible. So I'm choosing Microsoft Windows Server 2022 because it is under free tier eligible, and of course instance type. So I told you, right, hard disk and CPU and RAM. See, you can see T2 micro. This is nothing but a type. Under this, you will get 1 CPU core and 1 GB of memory. You can have many more things, right? So many more CPU cores, I told you, right? So 8 CPU cores and 32 GB of memory. And if you scroll down, you can have 36 CPU cores, 72 GB of memory. Like this, many combinations you can find. 96 CPU cores, 192 GB of memory. Somewhere you can see 128 CPU cores also. These are kind of instance types. You can choose your required CPU core and you require RAM here. See, 128 CPU cores and 256 GB of memory. Like this, you can choose any combination, but as it is practice, what I'm choosing, I'm going to choose T2 micro because it is under free tier eligible. Okay, just choose this one. And then key pair. As of now, you just try to create one new key pair. I'll tell you about this key pair purpose in a while. So key pair name, you can give anything. I'll give my Windows at the rate 8:30 p.m. You can choose .pem format only. This is the format. PEM means privacy enhanced mail. PEM means privacy enhanced mail. Okay, this is one of the format here. Just create key pair here. I'll tell you about this key pair purpose in a while. Okay, so here, one more thing is network settings. Here, just click on this network settings. What is this network settings, guys? See here, network setting purpose is, see, this is your laptop. You are in Hyderabad. And this is your, suppose, from your laptop, if you search in Google, if you type IRCTC, okay, then what will be happen? Here IRCTC server will be there. Okay, so in IRCTC server, if you type something from your laptop, then that request will go to this IRCTC server. It will load the page and it will come back. It will give the response back. So if you want respond, or if that request wants to reach to IRCTC server, they have to open some ports. Ports are nothing but security groups. Okay, security groups are ports. These are nothing but just like doors to your room. Okay, if you want to access your server or instance, you have to open these ports. That is what we will call it as a security group. So I want to access my instance, right? I have launched my instance in which region, guys? In London region or North Virginia region. So I want to access this instance. If you want to access your instance from your laptop where it is in Hyderabad, so you need to open these ports. Okay, so here this is my Windows instance, which I have been launched in London region or North Virginia region. If your laptop is in Hyderabad region, if you want to access your Windows instance from Hyderabad region, you have to open these ports. Okay, these are just like doors to your room. So here you can give any security group name. I'll give Windows SG. Same thing I'll give even in description also, no problem. So here port, you have to open RDP port. By default, it's been opened. Why? Because in the world, everybody will knows that if you choose Windows OS, that will be coming with RDP. This is the port number. 3389. Totally, you will be having 65,000 ports, guys. You no need to remember all the ports. I'll tell you which are important. Around 5 to 6 ports are important. Those ports only you just remember. So as of now, you try to remember RDP. For Windows instance, the RDP port is default port. For Windows instance, it's been open default. The port number is 3389. So just scroll down here. Next is EBS. EBS means storage. So by default, it will come with 30 GB. So free tier eligible customers can get up to 30 GB of EBS storage. So I need, see here, I need one, see here, with your required combinations, you can choose your computers. And of course, if you want some 100 computers with these configurations, yes, you can create all these 100 computers within 1 or 2 minutes. There is one option over there that to give number of instances here. So this is the place where you can give your number of instances. As of now, I need only one computer. So you can just choose one. Suppose if you need some 100 computers, just changing the number only. Okay, suppose you require some 1,000 computers, 11,000 computers. Yes, changing the number only. So there are many more good options here. See, these are the details which you have chosen here. If you want to edit, you can edit here. So just click on this launch instance. Our computer is about to launch, or our instance is about to launch. So just click on this instances here. So just refresh this page. It will take some time for getting connection. If you want to rename this, yes, from here we can rename. Suppose I want only Windows. Yes, you can keep it as Windows. That's all. Anything you can rename from here. So just see, not only simply launching the Windows server, you have to make use of this server. See, if you are buying a car, so after buying a car, what you have to do, simply buying the car and keeping it in your home doesn't make any sense, right? You have to enjoy the ride. In the same manner, not only simply launching the instance, you have to connect to this instance. So here, if you want to connect to this instance, see, I have to tell you some more things. Fine. So here, this is my laptop. I'm in Hyderabad. So my laptop is in Hyderabad. So this is the instance which I have been, this is a Windows instance which I have launched. Okay. In which region I have launched this instance, guys? In which region? This one, London region, right? See here, in London region, I have launched this instance. So my instance is there in London region. Okay. So here, my laptop is in Hyderabad, but I have launched instance in London region. So how I could able to connect from my laptop to this London region using security group. So for that I have opened, guys, please be in mute, guys. If you have any doubt, I will explain you all your doubts at the end. By that time, please be in mute. Okay. So if you want to connect from your laptop to Windows instance, you have to open, we have opened port numbers. That is RDP port we have opened. Right. So you have to enter some details in your laptop. So what are those details? First one is DNS name. DNS name or IP address. You just think of both are same as of now. Okay. DNS name means domain name system. As of now, you just think of both are same. Second one, you have to give username. And third one, you have to give password. So these three details you have to provide. Where you have to provide these three details, you have an application called RDP client. In this application, you have to provide all these details. RDP means remote desktop protocol. Okay, RDP means remote desktop protocol. DNS means domain name system. See, DNS means domain name system. Okay. RDP means remote desktop protocol. This is one of the application where you have to enter your all these details. So here with this, who is going to give this application? Instance itself will be giving this application. So here with the instance, you are going to get DNS name and username, but we need password. For the password, the instance itself, we have downloaded one key pair that is in PEM format, .pem format. I told you, right? Download one key pair. I'll tell about this key pair purpose in a while. In such a way, I told, right? So here we are going to use that one. So instance itself will be giving you PEM file, I mean key pair. That key pair you have to convert into password. So we will see how we are going to use all these things for connecting to this instance. Come to your server location here. Guys, are you understanding? అర్థమవుతుందా అండి అందరికి నేను ఏం చెప్తున్నాను? Kindly respond, guys.
Yes. Understand.
All of you kindly respond so that I could able to know, am I moving fast or is this flow is okay?
We are understanding.
Clear? మిగిలిన వాళ్ళకండి, I'm not getting any response from anyone except 1 or 2 people. మీకు ఎక్కడైనా అర్థం కాలేదు అంటే యు జస్ట్ స్టాప్ మీ అట్ దట్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ టైం ఓన్లీ. ఓకే, సో బికాస్ మీకు అర్థం కాకుండా మీరు ప్రొసీడ్ అయ్యారు అంటే మీకు ఫర్దర్ గా చెప్పే క్లాసెస్ అర్థం కావు. ఓకే, బీ కాన్ఫిడెంట్ ఇన్ దిస్. సో హియర్ దిస్ ఇస్ మై ఇన్స్టాన్స్. ఐ వాంట్ టు కనెక్ట్ టు దిస్ ఇన్స్టాన్స్. ఫర్ దట్ యు జస్ట్ సెలెక్ట్ దిస్ విండోస్, just click on this connect. So here just click on this RDP client, okay, on second tab. So here you can click on this option, that is download remote desktop file. If you click on this option, one application will get downloaded, that is windows.rdp. So you just double click on this application, you just go to downloads and you just double click on this application. So you just click on this connect. So by default, application will be taking username and DNS name. It is asking for password. How to get password? For getting password, just scroll down here. You just click on this get password. Okay, it will be asking you upload private key. So just click on this key. We have downloaded one key pair route. It is there in my downloads. Okay, so my windows @830.pem. So just select this key pair which we have downloaded, open. So you will get the key which is in encrypted format. Okay, this is the key pair which is there in encrypted format. We have to decrypt this password. So just click on this decrypt password. This is the password which we are going to get in decrypted manner. So copy this password here. Just open your application. Just click on this, paste here. That's all. Same password you can able to see here. See, same password. Fine. Just click on this OK. So click on this yes. You will be connecting to your Windows instance. It will take some time for getting connection. It will take around a couple of minutes. This is not my original laptop screen, guys. This is the instance which we have created. This is the Windows instance which we have created in AWS Cloud. It will take some time for getting connection. Okay, fine. All of you, can you able to see this blue color screen? This is not my original laptop screen, guys. This is the instance which we have created through AWS Cloud. Okay, can you able to see this, all of you? Windows instance?
Yes.
Yeah. So here, just wait for some time. Yeah, you just click on yes, follow allowing internet network connections here. Just click on yes. Fine. So here we have given some specifications, right? Now you could able to see clearly. So here IP address, instance IP, instance size, T2 micro we have chosen, total memory, 1 GB we have chosen. That's why you can see 1024. Okay, how much RAM is there? Everything we will see. See, you just click on this folder here. So you just click on this PC. We have chosen 30 GB, right? So 29.9 GB is there. So these are the things which we have getting from Windows instance. And one more thing here is, if you want to copy anything from your base laptop to your instance, yes, we can do. Simple it is. So just minimize this screen. Just minimize this also. So just copy any folder. Just I want to copy this text file folder from my laptop to this instance. Just copy there and paste here. That's all. Simple. Simply we can copy here. Okay, see, we can copy. So like this, we can play around. So here you might be thinking, what is the purpose of launching these instances? Yes, real life in a practical situation, real-time application is in our real time. We are going to launch these kind of instances as per our requirement, and we are going to install DevOps tools in these instances as a DevOps engineer, and we will be work on. Okay, so and of course you can see big companies like Walmart, DMart and all. So what they are going to do at the year end, if they want to do high calculations, year end calculations, they need high configuration servers, right? They cannot buy all those servers. So what they can do, they can come to AWS Cloud like this. They can launch their own instances as per their requirement. They will do the calculations. Okay, so and they will see here, they will do the calculations. And of course, you might be asking, fine, I want to close this one. Just close this instance. Just click on OK. Like this, many real-time applications are there with this instance. Just come to here. See, closing your instance means just switch power off your monitor, but backend CPU is running. See, your instance is currently in running state. So don't forget to stop the instance. See, if your instance is in running state, okay, your hours will get calculated. I told you, right? It is 1 year free or 720 hours free. If your instance is in running state, hours will be calculated. So after 720 hours, you will get the bill, and your entire course duration is around 2.5 months. Okay, maximum every day. If you practice around 3 hours also, no problem. You can happily practice. So after that, also I will tell you how to avoid bill. No need to worry at all. So your instance is in running state. If your instance is in running state, hours will be calculated. So here you might be thinking, what is the purpose of launching these instances? If you launch all those instances, many real-time applications are there, like DMart, Walmart, they are going to launch these high configuration servers. And you might be thinking, so they can buy servers, right? So if they want to buy physical setup, they have to pay a lot of, it's been involved with a lot of money. But here, if you go with cloud, so if you are using this server just for 1 hour, you need to pay only for 1 hour. If you are using this instance, see, some people will be calling it as instance and some people will be calling it as server. In different companies, they will follow different terminologies. Some people will be calling it as box. This instance only different names will be there. Some people will be calling it as machine. Many names will be there. Okay, at the end, it is nothing but instance only. So your instance is in running state. So suppose if you are launching these kind of instances there, they as per their requirement, okay, they will do all their calculations. And if they use these instances for 1 day, they will pay only 1 day only. So the main advantage of going with cloud is it is based on pay as you go basis. Pay as you go. That means how much you are using, how much time you are using, you will pay only for that time. Suppose if you are using for 1 month, you will pay only for 1 month. If you are using for 2 hours, you will pay only for 2 hours. But if you buy physical setup, it involves a lot of money, right? So it's waste of money, right? So that's why most of the people are switching from physical infrastructure to cloud platform. That is the main importance of cloud platform. And make sure that once of your practice is over, you just select your instance. You have to stop this instance. Okay, just click on this instance state. You can click on this stop. If you stop today, you can start again. Okay, so generally in companies, we do this only. Today, when we are going to log off, we will stop this instance, and again, tomorrow we are going to start this instance again. So if you stop, you can start the instance again. Suppose if you terminate, deleting the instance permanently. So in companies, don't try to terminate the instance even by mistake also. Terminating the instance means deleting the instance permanently, and you are going to lose all your data completely. Just like, in Windows, if you use shift delete, okay, you will be deleted permanently, right? So in cloud, you will not have any recycle bin option to retrieve your instance. So what we are going to do, you don't terminate the instance, you better to stop the instance. Suppose if you feel that, okay, just stop the instance. Okay, if you stop the instance, then before logging off, we are going to stop the instances in companies, and tomorrow when we are logging, we will just start the instance. Okay, if you stop, then you can start. If you terminate, you cannot start here. Terminating means permanently deleting. You cannot retrieve this instance. Whatever the data you are having in this instance, that will be deleted permanently. That's why don't try to terminate. Suppose మీకు ఇన్స్టాన్స్ అవసరం లేదు ఎప్పటికీ. So you can click on this terminate option. See, click on this terminate option. Once if you terminate, you cannot retrieve the instance back. That's why make sure that before terminating this instance, you just make sure that you don't require this instance anymore. Why? Because ఆ ఇన్స్టాన్స్ తో పాటు అందులో ఉన్న డేటా కూడా కంప్లీట్ గా డిలీట్ అయిపోతుంది. అందుకే చాలా జాగ్రత్తగా ఉండండి. అఫ్ కోర్స్ మీ కంపెనీలో టర్మినేషన్ ప్రొటెక్షన్ ఎనేబుల్ అయి ఉంటుంది, బట్ ఐఎమ్ టెలింగ్, okay, you should know all these things. So here, these are the things how to launch Windows instance and all. So in tomorrow's class, we will see how we are going to launch Linux instance. Okay, so and how we are going to make that Linux instance as a web server. Mostly tomorrow class unda leda nenu cheptanandi. Mostly ఉండకపోవచ్చు. మండే నుంచి మన రెగ్యులర్ క్లాసెస్, ఐ మీన్ ఈ రోజు నుంచి రెగ్యులర్ క్లాసెస్ స్టార్ట్ అయినాయి. రేపు సాటర్డే కదా, మోస్ట్లీ ఉండకపోవచ్చు. ఒకవేళ తీసుకునే పాటైతే నేను చెప్తాను. ఓకే, బట్ మండే నుంచి మీకు రెగ్యులర్ గా క్లాసెస్ అయితే ఉంటాయి, ఇంక్లూడింగ్ సాటర్డేస్. ఓన్లీ టుమారో మాత్రమే ఉండొచ్చు, ఉండకపోవచ్చు. నేను అప్డేట్ ఇస్తాను, మీకు అడ్మిన్ టీం అప్డేట్ ఇస్తుంది. ఓకే, క్లాస్ ఉండే పాటైతే. ఓకే, బట్ మండే నుంచి కంపల్సరీ డైలీ 8:30 to 9:30 మినిమం యూ బ్లాక్ యువర్ క్యాలెండర్, మినిమం 1 hour. ఓకే, సో మనం క్లాస్ తీసుకుంటాం 8:30 to 9:30. అండ్ మీకు కపుల్ ఆఫ్ డేస్ లో మీకు ఒక వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ కూడా క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది. మీకు రికార్డెడ్ వీడియో వచ్చిందా అండి ప్రీవియస్ క్లాస్ది అందరికి? రికార్డెడ్ వీడియో వచ్చిందా అందరికి? ప్రీవియస్ క్లాస్ రికార్డెడ్ వీడియో. Have you all got the recorded video?
Yeah, we got that.
ఓకే ఫైన్. సో హియర్ మీకు ఎవ్రీడే రికార్డెడ్ వీడియో వస్తుందండి. సో మీరు వీడియో ఎన్నిసార్లు అయినా చూసుకొని మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. మీకు ఒక వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ కూడా క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు. మీరు ఒకవేళ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయంటే, దట్ వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ ఈస్ మెంట్ ఫర్ టెక్నికల్ డిస్కషన్స్ గైస్, ఎక్స్క్లూజివ్లీ ఫర్ టెక్నికల్ డిస్కషన్స్. మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ వచ్చాయంటే మీరు ఆ వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ లో పోస్ట్ చేయొచ్చు. వన్స్ వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ లో పోస్ట్ చేస్తే ఎవరికైనా ఆన్సర్ తెలిస్తే చెప్పండి. డోంట్ వెయిట్ ఫర్ మై రెస్పాన్స్, బికాస్ నేను వేరే మీటింగ్స్ లో, క్లయింట్ కాల్స్ లో బిజీగా ఉండి రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వకపోతే మిగిలిన ఎవరికైనా మీకు ఆన్సర్ తెలిస్తే పోస్ట్ చేయండి. ఓకే, అఫ్ కోర్స్ ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ది డే నేను కంపల్సరీ చూసి ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ది డే లో అట్లీస్ట్ రెస్పాండ్ అవుతా. ఒకవేళ మీరు ఈ మెసేజ్ చేసిన వెంటనే ఇమ్మీడియట్ గా రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వకపోయినా ఆ రోజు ఎండింగ్ లో డెఫినెట్ గా రెస్పాండ్ అవుతా. ఇన్ కేస్ ఆ రోజు కూడా రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వకపోతే ఎనీవేస్ నెక్స్ట్ డే క్లాస్ ఉంటుంది, క్లాస్ లో మీ డౌట్స్ క్లారిఫై అవుతాయి. బట్ మీ డౌట్స్ క్లారిఫై అవ్వకుండా మాత్రం నేను ఏ క్లాస్ క్లోజ్ చేయను, ఏ సెషన్ కూడా వైండ్ ఆఫ్ చేయను. ఓకే, సో ఈ రోజుకి ఇది మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి. రేపు క్లాస్ ఉందా లేదా అనేది నేను అప్డేట్ ఇస్తాను. ఓకే, ఉంటే మీకు 8:30కి క్లాస్ ఉంటుంది, లేకపోతే మండే నుంచి మీకు రెగ్యులర్ గా క్లాస్ ఉంటాయి, ఇంక్లూడింగ్ సండేస్, ఇంక్లూడింగ్ సాటర్డేస్. ఏదైనా ఎమర్జెన్సీ ఉండి నేను అవైలబుల్ లేకపోతేనే ఉండదు, లేకపోతే ఫెస్టివల్ టైమ్స్ లో ఉండదు, అంతే. సండేస్ ఉండదు, బట్ ఎవ్రీ డే మీకు క్లాస్ అనేది ఉంటుంది మండే నుంచి డెఫినెట్ గా. ఓకే గైస్,
Hi.
ఐఎమ్ డన్ విత్ మై క్లాస్. మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి. రేపు మనం లైనెక్స్ ఇన్స్టాన్స్ ఎలా లాంచ్ చేయాలో చూద్దాము. లాంచ్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఐ హోప్ ఎవ్రీ వన్ ఆఫ్ యూ క్లియర్ విత్ టుడేస్ క్లాస్. సో ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ ట్రై టు క్రియేట్ యువర్ అమెజాన్ AWS అకౌంట్ అండ్ ట్రై టు ప్రాక్టీస్ దిస్ విండోస్ ఇన్స్టాన్స్ ఫర్ టుడే. సో రేపు లైనెక్స్ ఇన్స్టాన్స్ చూద్దాము అండ్ వి విల్ సీ హౌ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు మేక్ దస్ లైనెక్స్ ఇన్స్టాన్స్ యాజ్ ఎ వెబ్ సర్వర్ ఆల్సో. ఓకే, ఏమైనా డౌట్
Okay.
ఉంటే మీరు అడగండి.
Yeah, I have a doubt. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear
Okay.
you. Go ahead.
Okay, so in terms of that in new instance you created, right? That's so normally, let's say in case of on-prem, so there is a winter team who takes care of all this Windows servers, like the daily patch updates or any vulnerabilities, any scannings, all the sort of things will be taken care by different teams, right? So like same like if I have an instance that is running on AWS, so who will be taking care of all this, um,
Yeah.
keeping this
See,
updated patches or anything that
yeah,
relates
that's
to
what.
security?
Okay, I understood your doubt. So who is going to taking care of all these things, right? So
Yes.
here you are learning this DevOps course. Apart from this DevOps course, we are going to see some important AWS services as a part of DevOps. Why? Because these AWS services are very much important for a DevOps engineer. So in companies, you are attending for the interview as a DevOps engineer. But in companies, once after recruiting, depending on the project requirement, they may exclusively మీకు ఎక్స్క్లూజివ్ గా మీకు ఆ కంపెనీలో డెవాప్స్ గా తీసుకున్నా కూడా AWS ఇంజనీర్స్ అనేది ఉంటారు. ఆ ప్రాజెక్ట్ లో కూడా వేసే ఛాన్స్ ఉంటుంది. అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తారు? యాజ్ ఎ డెవాప్స్ ఇంజనీర్ ఒకవేళ మనకి డెవాప్స్ రిలేటెడ్ వస్తే ఓకే, లేదంటే AWS కి సపరేట్ టీమ్ ఉంటుంది. AWS పీపుల్ విల్ బి టేకింగ్ కేర్ ఆఫ్ దట్. మీరు ఒకవేళ AWS టీమ్ లో రిక్రూట్ అయ్యారనుకోండి, మీరు వీటి గురించి చూస్తారు. AWS engineers will be there, cloud engineers or AWS engineers, they will be taking care of entire all these things.
Okay. So but definitely there will be some monitoring on this part.
Yes, exactly. Why not? See, మనం ఇక్కడ ప్రాక్టీస్ కాబట్టి మనకి ఇష్టం వచ్చిన నేమ్ పెడుతున్నాం ఇన్స్టాన్సెస్ కి. బట్ మనకు రియల్ టైమ్ లో ఏమవుతుంది తెలుసా? See, we will be getting one mail, official document, like what kind of instance name you have to keep, what size of instance you have to choose, like type of instance, whether how much CPU you have to choose, how much RAM you have to choose. Each and everything will be getting in an official mail. Then only you are going to create the instance. Each and every detail is going to monitored. There is some separate service. Okay, you don't try to explore all the things in one day only. Slowly you will understand all those things. Okay, each and everything will be tracked, each and everything will be monitored. మీరు అనుకోవచ్చు, నేను ఇన్స్టాన్స్ క్రియేట్ చేసి టర్మినేట్ చేస్తే ఎవరికి తెలుస్తుంది అని. నో. సో మీరు ఏ టైంలో లాగిన్ అయ్యారు, మీరు ఎంతసేపు ఇన్స్టాన్స్ లాంచ్ చేసి వర్క్ చేశారు, ఎప్పుడు టర్మినేట్ చేశారు, ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ మినిట్ విల్ బి మానిటర్డ్ by AWS team. Separate team will be there for monitoring purpose exclusively. So why? Because not only randomly launching the instances, right? So instances continue గా launch చేస్తూ వెళ్తే ఫైనల్ గా క్లయింట్ కి బిల్ వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, హూ ఈస్ రెస్పాన్సిబుల్? సో ఆ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ కూడా కంపెనీ మీదే ఉంటుంది. సో నాట్ ఓన్లీ లాంచింగ్ ద ఇన్స్టాన్సెస్, వీ షుడ్ యాజ్ ఎ డెవాప్స్ ఇంజనీర్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు టేక్ సమ్ ప్రికాషన్స్ దట్ క్లయింట్ షుడ్ గెట్ మినిమం బిల్. ఫైనలీ ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ది డే క్లయింట్ బిల్ పే చేస్తుంది. అన్నెసరిగా ఇన్స్టాన్స్ సిస్టమ్ వచ్చినట్టు లాంచ్ చేసి బిల్ పే చేయమంటే ఎందుకు లాంచ్ చేస్తుంది? అందుకే మీకు మానిటరింగ్ టీమ్ అనేది సపరేట్ గా ఉంటది. ఏ కంపెనీలో అయినా సరే ఉంటుంది డెఫినెట్ గా. క్లౌడ్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారంటే డెఫినెట్ గా క్లౌడ్ మానిటరింగ్ టీమ్ 200% ఉంటుంది.
So what I'm understanding here is like so as a AWS DevOps, so we will not be bothering about all the status of the server. So we only actually bother about with respect to the DevOps tools. That's it, right?
Yes. But in case మీరు ఒకవేళ సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ అటెండింగ్ ఫర్ DevOps interview, they might be interviewed for DevOps related tools, but after entering into the project, they may have vacancy in AWS cloud platform. So they may be shifting you to AWS cloud. At that time, you are the one who is going to monitor all these things. You might be the one. So that depends. You may be attending for DevOps interview. Once after entering into company, you should not say that I don't know all these things. You have to know all those things, and of course they will be giving you some KT sessions will be there. Once after joining into any company, without giving any KT sessions, they will not directly keep you in project. Okay, there you will understand everything, how the
Okay.
infrastructure will be, how you are going to do, what is your task, roles and responsibilities, everything you will come to know in JD itself. Still, once after recruitment is done, you will have some KT sessions in any company. Directly they will not make you to sit in any project.
Oh, yeah. So I got it. So, okay.
Yeah, you will come to know all those things. Still, if you have any doubts while taking KTs, you can ask there. But you are the one who is going to monitor all these things if you recruited exclusively for cloud environment.
All
And
right.
of course,
Okay,
as
so,
a DevOps engineer, you are eligible not only for DevOps, for cloud also, because we are going to see some AWS services also. So both the ways you can try for the interviews.
okay, but the main course is only on
Main course is DevOps, but we still have some knowledge on cloud. So you are the one who is able to attend interview for cloud also.
Okay. Understood. Thank you.
Any other doubts from anyone? Any other doubts, guys? సో మోస్ట్లీ మీకు ఏం డౌట్స్ లేకపోతే క్లాస్ వైండ్ ఆఫ్ చేస్తానండి. సో రేపు క్లాస్ ఉండేది లేదు, నేను అప్డేట్ చేస్తాను. ఒక 8 కల్లా అప్డేట్ చేస్తా. ఈవినింగ్ 8 కల్లా, రేపు ఈవినింగ్ 8 కల్లా అప్డేట్ చేస్తాను. లేదు అంటే క్లాస్ ఉండదు. ఒకవేళ మీకు ఏమి అప్డేట్ రాలేదు అంటే మండే నుంచి డెఫినెట్గా రోజు క్లాస్ ఉంటుంది, ఇంక్లూడింగ్ ఆన్ సాటర్డేస్. నేను ఒకవేళ సాటర్డే క్లాస్ తీసుకోలేదు అంటే మీకు ఫ్రైడే రోజే చెప్తాను. ఓకే, సో ఈజ్ ఇట్ ఓకే ఫర్ ఎవ్రీవన్ ఇఫ్ ఐ టేక్ క్లాసెస్ ఆన్ సాటర్డే ఆల్సో ఫ్రమ్ నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ ఆన్వర్డ్స్ అట్లీస్ట్? Is it okay for everyone?
Is it same timing or different times?
Yes, same timing. 8:30 only. Using
8:30.
same link.
Okay.
Is it okay for everyone if I take classes on Saturday also?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, just for 1 hour. Okay. Okay, right?
Right.
Tomorrow I may or may not take the class, but ఒకవేళ తీసుకునే పట్టయితే మీకు అప్డేట్ ఇస్తాను. 8:30 కల్లా ఒకసారి ఈ లింక్ తోనే జాయిన్ అవ్వండి. మీకు అప్డేట్ రాకపోతే ఒక్కసారి జాయిన్ అవ్వండి. క్లాస్ ఉంటే డెఫినెట్గా 8:30 కంటే ముందే కనెక్ట్ అవుతా, లేదంటే మీకు అప్డేట్ ఇస్తాను క్లాస్ ఉండదని. బట్ మండే నుంచి యూజింగ్ సేమ్ లింక్, ద సేమ్ టైం. మీకు ఒకవేళ లింక్ చేంజ్ అవుతే మీకు అడ్మిన్ టీమ్ షేర్ చేస్తుంది లింక్. ఓకే, దెర్ ఇస్ నో వరీస్ అట్ ఆల్. లేదంటే మీరు అడ్మిన్ టీమ్ ని కాంటాక్ట్ అవ్వచ్చు. లింక్ లో ఏమైనా ప్రాబ్లం ఉన్నా కూడా ప్రాబ్లం ఏమి ఉండదు. దే విల్ కమ్యూనికేట్ విత్ యూ. ఓకే, సో సేమ్ టైంకి మనం కనెక్ట్ అవుదాము. మండే నుంచి మాత్రం డెఫినెట్గా క్లాస్ ఉంటుందండి, కంపల్సరీ. ఐ హోప్ I can see every one of you on Monday's class also regularly. Okay. Thanks everyone. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you.
If you don't have any doubts, I'll wind up the session. Okay. I hope I'm clear, right? So thank you guys. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.